What's up, guys? Before we get started today, I wanted to plug some upcoming dates. So if you want to come see me live, please do so. I'd love to have you out, and I'd love to get to know each and every person who watches the podcast. I really appreciate it. I believe when this comes out, there'll still be some dates in November left. I'll be in Evansville the 23rd of November, Evansville, Indiana, the part of the Laughing Dad comedy group. It's a fun time. Come out. I know you're going to enjoy that. Then every Wednesday in November, I will be hosting the open mic at Helium Comedy Club right here in St. Louis. And then immediately going over to Smash'em's Burger Bar and hosting comedy bingo as soon as the Helium's done. It's a lot of fun. It's like regular bingo, except instead of numbers, we give you a sheet. It has a bunch of things that comics say on stage. Sometimes they're bad habits. Sometimes they're just kind of weird, random things. You cross it off. If you get a bingo, you get to trade it in for a free drink or a free order of fries. It's a good time. It's almost always packed. It's got some really great comics on there. Come down, try it out, play bingo, or sign up and go up yourself. It's a lot of fun. So, gigs coming up. December 6th, I will be in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I'm doing a private gig for Gearheads. It's their Christmas party, but it's still going to be fun. I don't know if it's open to the public or not, but just in case it is, you might want to come down and see that. It'll be fun. Then December 7th, I will be at Apotheosis in St. Louis, which is actually the very first place I ever started doing comedy, which is kind of cool. It's the South City Comedy Showcase. Come join me for that. It's a lot of fun. My buddy Matt Wayman puts it on. It's always a good time. And it's in a comic book store, so that's kind of cool. December 12th, I'll be doing the Smokes and Jokes casting call right here in St. Louis. Smokes and Jokes is always great. It's always a fun time. I love that. It'll be my third time doing it. I can't wait to go back. Make sure you get tickets to that. December 14th, I'll be in Quinlan, Missouri. All right. So if you're not in the big city and you're in one of these rural towns, I'll be doing a show with my friend Wes Shatley. He's been on the podcast before. Another great comic. If you're in that area, check it out. I'd love to see you there. And then all the way into next year, January 26th, I'll be doing the Best of the Midwest Showcase at Westport Funny Bone with my good friend Chris Oliver and a couple other of St. Louis's best comics. We're pretty excited for it. It's going to be, it's already shaping up to be a busy year next year. So I appreciate everybody who watches and listens, and hopefully I'll see you out there. Peace. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Best Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Russler. Joining me this week are my good friends Luke Dierker, Bree Munnich, and returning is Chris Oliver. Luke and Bree, it was their first time here on the podcast, but they've been doing comedy in the St. Louis scene for a while. We've always had a good time hanging out. Today was a lot of fun. We talked about Bree's love of dumpster diving. We talk about how Luke and his wife grieved the passing of someone with, it was just, you'll see. It's good. We had a great time. We talk a lot about cooking and baking, and it's kind of a food-centered episode, but it's a good time, and I know you'll enjoy it. So without further ado, check out the episode. One at a time, will you plug your social media, like anything you want people to follow you on, and if you have any upcoming shows?
Yeah, for sure. My Instagram is at Luke Dierker, I think. And I have a band Instagram, too. My wife and I are in a band that's of Sea and Stone Music. And, yeah, I don't know what all the dates are, but you can find them on there.
There you go. Bree?
You can find me at Bree Munnich Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. And I have a few shows coming up. I have the South City Comedy Series at Apotheosis on December 7th.
I think I'm on that one, too.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you
okay,
are.
cool.
Yeah,
yeah, we'll both be there for
mm-hmm.
that.
And then I'm on Jack and Friends Showcase at DJ's World on December 13th. Then I'm at Stand Up Downtown on the 20th. And I'm on the Oris Showcase on the 28th.
Cool. And Chris?
Nice. At Tofology on Instagram and YouTube and all that. Bree and I are doing Wild Card tonight, but this will probably come out way later. And then I have a fun announcement coming in January, but I can't just say it just yet.
Yeah, so make sure you follow him so that way you can get the fun announcement. All right. So this is something I'm doing. This is the first time I've ever done it. But I had my daughter pull out a couple comments just randomly from different platforms, and that's like some are good and some are bad, apparently. That's what I told her. I was like, just get a mix. So I've never seen these. So we're going to read them together before we go into the questions. Oh, from Instagram. Okay. I had a video about Sean O'Brien and I talking about blackjack.
Yeah.
And so from Instagram, bwiggins_SW6 said, dropping a no-bust blackjack strategy before November is wild. That's pretty good. That was good. Okay. Shout out B. Wiggins. Let's see. TikTok. Hunter Boy said the difference between front of house and bag of house is your drug of choice.
Oh, Jesus.
That's pretty
That work
accurate.
spelling.
I get that. If you work at a restaurant or whatever, and you're trying to decide like if you want to be front of house or back of house, you kind of have to be like, do I want a substance problem?
Yeah.
Do I?
Am I a Coke guy? Could I be a
Yeah.
Coke?
Right.
Yeah. We all have a little bit of experience in restaurants, right?
Uh-huh.
Because
Tiny.
so I know you're a chef.
Used to
Right.
be. Yeah.
Yeah. Once a chef, always a chef, Chris.
I guess. I hate it.
And then you bake, and you have your TikTok.
My parents owned a restaurant too.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And then you have worked in a restaurant?
I have
Bartended?
I have and I worked as a caterer a little bit for a catering company. I wasn't suited to that.
That counts.
Yeah.
It counts. But okay, so what's better, back of house or front of house?
I like front of house. I like talking to people.
Really?
But yeah.
I don't. I love back.
I-
I
it seems
did
like a
like
back
back of
house,
house.
Either way, I hate people. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Either I talk to them, I hate them, or I see their order and I hate them.
You you have to either decide like, do I want to deal with shitty customers or shitty coworkers?
You have to keep
You know what
going
I mean?
back to the shitty
Yeah.
coworkers though.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But the shitty coworkers are there, whether you have to deal with them or not. So it's like I'd kind of rather. I don't know.
Wait, did you cook or anything?
So I worked. My second job ever was at this place called McAllister's Deli,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and I worked in the kitchen, and it was just a shit show.
Yeah.
And then I've done like bar backing and stuff like that before. So, where does the bar lie? Is a bar front of house or is it back of house?
I think it depends on the establishment.
Yeah, like
It's like those it's like a hybrid, right? You're a day walker if
Yeah.
you.
I would say front, though.
it's mostly front.
Yeah.
If you're like
Well, you're in front of people.
if you're at Westport though.
Yeah, I
Like,
guess
Yeah.
a comedy
something like
club
that.
bartender you don't really see unless
Yeah.
you're after the show, before the show, whatever. All right. YouTube, Mel Gibson's DUI said, I hate this guy and I'm really sick of seeing his dumbass videos all the time. I'm convinced that you should have to take an IQ test before you're allowed to buy a microphone. to get I mean, that's something Mel Gibson probably would have said, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't totally disagree with you, man. I don't totally disagree with you. Maybe I should have to take an IQ test before this continues.
Yeah.
And you know what? To his credit, the dumbass videos he's talking about. So I put out a video a day, right? Just to stay in the algorithm. I'm just throwing things at the wall, hoping they stick. A lot of times the ones that get traction are the dumbest videos. And then people comment on them and they're like, this is the dumbest video. And I'm like, I agree. There's a better one. It came out yesterday, but for whatever reason, 6 views. Like, I don't know.
It's the dumbing down of America.
I
doing it on
guess.
purpose.
Yeah, it's the Chinese.
Yeah, it's the Chinese.
When in doubt, just blame the Chinese.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good one.
That guy rules.
Yeah, get that guy on the podcast.
Yeah, let's get Mel Gibson if you're available. If you want to get back, on the wagon, off the wagon?
No, he needs to be off the wagon for that.
Okay. And then, this is my all-time favorite. This is still the best one. From YouTube, user 24639 says, obese. Shout out user 24639. Appreciate it. We're doing our best.
Nice.
Yeah, Mr. World Double Wide.
Yeah. Mr. World Double Wide. Okay. All right, Bree.
I didn't get to say it on stage.
I know. You backed out.
No, you weren't hosting
Where?
at Smash'ems this week.
Oh, that's right, because Helium ran long.
Yeah, and that does not fit Gieselman. I couldn't say it. No. For Gieselman. As he was
Oh, it
hosting,
doesn't
said.
fit Gieselman.
It doesn't fit Gieselman. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said, I was like, damn, Bree. I thought you were
Yeah,
hosting.
no.
I was like, I got there. He was doing fine.
Gieselman.
Bree coming in hot. Okay. Bree's like, I've been doing comedy 3
I'm
months.
nice, okay.
You're the comedy class president. You are the new class 2024.
Ronaldo last night told me, he was like, thank you, because I needed somebody to take over. He was like, it was too much work.
Okay.
Yeah, your secretary. Maybe.
Yeah.
Jack's probably so sad.
Yeah.
Jack's but I like doing this. Okay, all right. What's the best way to tell if somebody's a bad person?
Tipping?
Tipping's a good
Ooh,
one.
That's the
a
first thing
bad
that came
tipper?
to my mind, yeah.
That's how that was one of the ways I impressed my wife when we were dating, is because she was like, he's like a really generous tipper, but it's because I'm so bad at math
Yeah.
that I would always just round up to the nearest, like, whatever bill I had. I'd be like, well, I guess you're getting $20, you know? I just like, this makes it easier to do. Okay, so like not returning your shopping cart, drinking while pregnant, littering.
I mean, let's go easy on the drinking while pregnant. Being pregnant's hard.
Let's not be too judgmental, okay?
He's like, that's how you get identical twins.
Yeah.
Go on.
Actually, to be honest with you, like around the time that my twins were being formed in the womb, before we knew my wife was pregnant, like 2 days before we found out she was pregnant, she was hammered at a whiskey festival, and we have kind of attributed that to potentially it would have been in the time when they would have split, so maybe.
So
We'll stay sober next time and we'll see what happens.
the
Do a double blind test.
it happens,
Yeah,
okay?
right.
Let's just I'll just put it this way, that my wife found out she got pregnant in like early November, but didn't find out she was pregnant till like mid-December or whatever. And Thanksgiving,
It's a heavy drinking time of year too. Yeah.
you know, we got a little loose, you know what I mean? And the whole time she was drinking, she's like, something about this doesn't taste right. She's like, I'll finish it, but it's just a little weird tonight. And then the next day when she found out, she was like, that's why the wine didn't taste good. I was drowning our baby.
Oh, no.
But it didn't taste good. But
He's fine, dude. He's 98th percentile. He's good. We're good. All
She's
right?
still choking it down. Though I was like, I am gonna get through it.
Well, I mean, it's Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? It's not like she has a problem. You know, it's not like she's like, oh, my Tuesday wine's not as good today. Like, I don't.
That is funny, though, because looking at these three examples, like if I see a pregnant person drinking, I'd be like, oh, whatever. But if someone doesn't return their golf or their
that's
shopping cart, I'm
golf
like, yeah, they need to fucking die.
It drives me insane. Oh, I cannot begin to tell you how much it just drives me nuts to see someone like unload their stuff and then they just push it to the side and then get in their car, and I'm like, you should be allowed to like hit those people.
The ratio of how easy it is to be a good person in that situation to how much stuff could get fucked up by that cart being there. It's like so high.
I know a lady who I had this conversation with one time, and she was like, whatever, I work hard enough at my job, and this isn't it. And I was like,
what?
You're the worst person. Like, you are, hands down, that's just like the giant red flag. Littering, I haven't seen anybody do that intentionally in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen things like fly out of the back of a pickup truck, and that annoys me because it's like, all right, clean out your shit, man. You know what I mean? But I haven't seen anybody like dump food or.
So one thing, I like to throw banana peels out the window. That's just because
littering.
I feel like I'm in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
You envision a whole carload of monkeys going off a cliff or something?
It's like the car behind you is just like, it's like picked out of a ditch by someone on a cloud.
That's what keeps happening to Josh Slobe. It's just me throwing banana peels.
You got him again.
Inside baseball.
No, littering, yeah. I used to litter a little bit before like everybody got crazy about it because my sister was like really into it, which is a weird sentence to say, but she's really into littering. But she used to.
She's into littering.
Yeah.
She's pro litter.
Yeah, she's big
Pro
into litter.
litter.
Yeah.
Big litter gal.
She works for Big
She's
Litter.
going out of
actually.
her way.
So funny.
But she used to like pressure me into littering while we were driving through the country, and then she would always, the second I threw it, she'd be like, "That old lady is hobbling to go pick it up in her front yard." And I was like, "No!"
Dude.
And I would freak out.
Older folks definitely. The dude my parents bought their house from, he was a multi-millionaire, lived out in the country, and he was like second in command at JCPenney's for years. Very well-do guy, and my mom took him to the doctor one time, and they got McDonald's on the way home, and then he was like, when she was done, he's like, "Oh, Seal, here, I'll take care of your trash," and she thought he was going to like put it in one bag.
Yeah.
He just took it and opened the window and threw it out the window. She was like, "What the fuck, dude?" Yeah.
That's insane to
Yeah.
me.
I did that
He
a
just
lot
did
in
it-
high school.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I was the problem.
I've never been a litterer.
Honestly, like cigarette butts, when people fling those, they don't really bother me because it's
No.
just paper and cotton, and it's like, all right, it'll break down eventually.
Plus,
you
you
know what I
should-
mean?
Flicking a cigarette butt is how you should end a cigarette.
Well, that's
Obviously, it's you're inhaling cancer into your lungs, but then you're like, "Oh, I can't fucking litter this."
there's
you know.
something cool about just like finishing a sentence and being like, yeah, whatever, guys.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's like hanging up an old flip phone, you know,
Yeah.
where you could just clap it shut. Flicking a cigarette and making a point is,
It's cool as shit.
yeah, I don't know. I also don't smoke cigarettes, so I'm not gonna lie. I woke up this morning and I sounded like RFK Jr. Like I was just all snotty and I was just like, red tie number 4, and I just couldn't stop. Best type of donut.
I think it's. You guys know what the donut stop is in Lime?
Never been.
Dude,
Fire.
I mean, they've made lots of top 10 lists nationally,
Nice.
or at least one. But
Yeah.
They've made lots of top 10 lists, but
they have
one, it was
yeah.
my grandma. She was like, "This is the best."
That was Bon Appetit magazine. Their glazed donut is my favorite donut, and then they do this thing with cream cheese on it too. That's better, but like I think you should judge all donut shops by bring me your glazed donut.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%, 100%.
I try other places, and I'm like, that's pretty good.
That's why I hate Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I can't stand Dunkin' Donuts because their donuts are garbage.
Yeah.
They're trash. And then the rest of the day you feel bad.
It's not worth the calories that you just ingested.
Well, some of us aren't as focused on that
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
you
yeah.
might be.
Did
Did you see the comments?
Do I need to pull it back up? I have it in black and white, okay? Although I have realized that it is the chairs. The chairs, because they're like lounging, you're kind of like, bleh, like everything. But if I like were to stand up straight, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
And that was
We don't want to get real carried away with that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just keep your hands in your pocket. dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the trick. Just like this.
Yeah. Always have something in the getting roasted by vegan Thor. Okay. No, my favorite type of donut though, I agree. You judge a place by their glaze, but I love apple fritters.
Dude.
I never tried them until I was probably like 28 or something, and I was like, oh, let's see what this is about, and it is fantastic.
Yeah.
I can't believe I missed out all these years.
You ever have a pineapple fritter?
Yes.
I mean,
What?
pineapple fritter, fucking really good. Go to the donut
With a
stop
little-
and leave. I'll bring donuts to the next
Okay.
month I'm at
Yeah.
from the donut stop. They're so good.
What pineapple? Oh, with a little bit of cinnamon, that would be great.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. And yeah, the pineapple fritter. The apple fritter is good too, but it's not my favorite donut though.
I'm so basic with my donuts. I just like chocolate Long Johns, really. But I don't get them a lot.
Long Johns are the shit. Yeah, I don't get donuts.
Yeah.
Maybe twice a year. And that's when my kids are like, let's go get donuts. I'm like, okay. But I'll never buy a donut just for myself.
No,
But-
it's-
Quick Trip has that Simpsons donut that's really good. The one that looks like it's out of The Simpsons. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I've never thought I should buy that.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, get it
It's
next
actually
time.
good,
It's
huh?
good. Yeah. Well, get it during the day. Don't get it at night because that means it was there all day.
Do you ever make donuts?
I have. It's a pain,
Yeah.
though. It sucks. at
Really?
home.
Because it
Yeah.
looks easy. I see Asian people with tongs all the time. Just
Yeah,
it looks,
that's the
Asian-
easy part. It's the cooking it.
Oh,
It's the
oh.
you have to have special tools to make them at home. Unless you want to make cake donuts, and cake donuts suck.
Yeah, they're not. What's
So.
the point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
gotta-
great. Yeasted donuts are much more of a pain because you really want an extruder to make them. So you have to have like a piston and an extruder to make them good. And I don't have that kind of space. I don't have piston
No.
space.
I don't have piss. I don't have extruders.
Yeah, I don't-
Wait, look like I got
Extruding.
extruder money over here. All right. I didn't. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to get so. You're like,
You're going way.
I
they're
will
the peasants of the dessert food. I'm not wasting my time.
They're also like, well, they're kind of desserts, but they're kind of not. And like they're so cheap to buy. It's like I just buy
That
it to
is-
give to
yeah.
people. Like
Right.
Yeah, it's why.
You can get
Time.
a dozen for $6 or whatever, and you're like, oh, okay.
I
You'd
will
have
say one thing I used to make. So in college, we lived near a Dunkin', and they would throw all their donuts in the trash, and they would separate them so that we could come steal them. So we would jump in the dumpster, and we would take all the donuts, and then I would make donut bread pudding out of the glazed donuts, like with the stale ones.
Wow.
So don't eat donuts from you.
That sounds so gross and so awesome at the same time.
Yeah, I was
They're
like,
bagged. They're bagged.
You know, Bree?
it started with dumpster diving, and I was like, I'm out. And then you were like, donut bread pudding, and I was like, I might be back in.
Yeah.
I got dumpster shoes. Everyone should have dumpster shoes. You might find good stuff in the dumpster.
I'm not, this is not even a joke. I swear to the Lord on high that my wife the other day was watching a family video, like a home movie. It had my kids in it, had her in it. It was somebody's birthday party, and they're out at some pavilion in a park, and all of a sudden somebody goes, man, there's like 3 dumpsters over there full of brand new stuff. And the video ends with people just diving into these giant industrial dumpsters, picking it. They're like, this jersey's brand new. And then like pulling out, like people had bedding, people had like board games. There was furniture being pulled out. And I was just like, what is my life? Like who are these people?
You see
So
what's
we're not above it.
Dude, 50% of my apartment is dumpster. It's
Yeah.
from a dumpster.
You get some
Dumpster
No.
origin.
This is where we find out Bree's been a raccoon the entire time. She's got a zipper on the back of her head.
Bree's a highly evolved possum.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I used to do cleanouts for like realtors and estate sales, and we'd get like dumpsters there, and the next morning we'd come, it's like all ran through.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
Like
bet.
people just do that
you can
shit.
get some good stuff.
And you can get some good shit out of it.
Yeah. So shout out to dumpster people. We love you. We're not above it. We went from donuts to
Yeah,
dumpsters.
yeah.
That's a
Oh,
high
this
wire
is-
act.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's still crazy.
Yeah,
That is-
yeah.
that is-
But I
it's-
do want to try it.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
I would-
Getting
yeah.
food out of the dumpster is not that crazy if it's in like double bags. And it like we would wait for the drop. We were like they were in the dumpster for a very short period.
We'd wait for
dumpster.
the drop. We'd wait. Like you're like
These are piping hot.
like soldiers in World War
Dumpster
II. Like,
dump.
well, supply drop should be coming in any minute, Sarge. Like,
We'd pay off the homeless guys, be like, here, take your rations.
I just imagine Bree and a squad of like sorority girls, and they're just like, let's go, 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 like that.
I was good at boosting girls into the dumpster. You know, I'm not a good climber. Yeah,
Huh.
you gotta boost them in.
You're
Yeah,
base.
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty dope. I would love.
We used to get Little Caesars pizzas too, and then you double bake them. You like fry the pieces again. Yeah. We jump. Little Caesars throws out all their pizzas, so we jump in that dumpster too. So it was right next to Dunkin' Donuts.
Little Caesars,
Where are you
man.
from?
This is the greatest country in the world.
That
Point
was when I
out.
went to college, which was like an hour south of Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. But
I respect it.
Class president activities.
Yeah,
Game
yeah.
of survival.
Yeah.
You're surviving.
Okay,
Bree, what is this activity?
you're an open. So as an open micer, you make $0.00 a year doing comedy, and you're running for class president. You gotta cut corners. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that.
Everything you guys have ever eaten has come out of a dumpster that I've made.
I hate so many of those snickerdoodle cookies you made.
That cinnamon dumpster.
Dumpster. The eggs, dumpster. Just because they smell a little off doesn't mean
Yeah,
that
you can still bake with them.
Yeah. They were open, but it was fine.
they were cracked.
They were in a bag.
That's so wild.
Dumpster eggs kind of hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumpster eggs.
Yeah.
I got yolks over here.
Yeah.
Save that. Scrape it up. Oh, man.
Yeah, I love how you're like, donuts are so cheap
Once
to
you
buy.
cook
I'm
it-
not
Yeah,
gonna make
yeah.
them. But I'll dig out of the dumpster for.
What?
Once you cook it, it's fine. You know, as long as you cook it.
I don't think it applies to just
Any food is
anything.
fine once you cook it.
You should be a chef. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I have a
yeah.
question. What's the craziest thing you've gotten out of a dumpster?
Oh,
so,
yeah. What's the, yeah.
So, one time I got like $1,000 worth of protein powder.
When you started saying that, I was like, she found $1,000.
Yeah,
in a
that's
dumpster?
immediately. I was like, which dumpster?
No. My friend Jason looked it up and we priced it.
Did you
Because
sell
we
it?
found it. No, we ate it.
So
Oh.
great if she would have just been like, I got $1,000
It was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
gross. No.
worth of protein powder.
Yeah, and it was
basically
really
worthless.
gross. It was so gross, but we were broke. The best thing though I didn't find, but during the pandemic, my roommates all moved out and they had all of the plates. I own like all the other furniture, but they own the plates. So I had to start eating off of Tupperware lids for like months and months and months. And so my friend Jason, he found out I cook and bake and stuff, and then he moved back to campus, and he was upset that I didn't have plates. So he started trying to find me plates, and one day he found out I baked a cake. As my roommate texted him, he just showed up unannounced with a plate, and he had jumped in a dumpster to find it. And he's like, I found you a plate, and it's got like the most badly painted sheep on it. It's like painted by like a kid that the parent didn't want it.
Didn't want the kid or the painting.
Both.
Yeah.
And it's
He
like,
left the kid where he found it.
and it's like a 20-pound plate. It's like so heavy. And now we bring it to every person in the friend group's wedding, and somebody has to eat off of it at the wedding. It's a whole thing, yeah.
Well, that's nice.
Your
Yeah.
whole friend group, their first instinct when they need something is
Go
I'll
find
add to
the
the
dumpster.
dumpster.
I'm not gonna buy
Yeah.
paper plates.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy 1,000
That's
paper
what I was
I
plates.
gotta make up for the pro litter system.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I
Gotta make
respect
up
you.
for
I
it.
respect That's fucking nuts.
That's how I thought that story was going to end. Because you were like, my friend showed up, and I was like, with paper plates? That's nice of him. You know?
No, a dumpster plate.
No, but also, guys, plates aren't expensive.
Yeah,
You know
they're
what I mean?
not- yeah.
You can get a plate that you can reuse forever.
Yeah, the sheet plate. I'm using it. It's nice.
Bree, go to Walmart.
Yeah.
I will give you $15. You can get 7 plates.
I own plates now.
I don't mean to come off like I'm like a rich guy or anything, but the amount of times that I've
But I have so many plates.
the amount of times I've had to go to open micers while they're saying something insane like this and be like, I will give you the money for that. I'll drive you there myself.
Yeah, that's so many times I feel like I need to pull somebody aside and be like, hey, do you need a couple bucks?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but also like, you know that? And they're like,
You living indoors right now?
like, yeah, man, what are you talking about? I like dumpster pizza.
Does seem like a choice in your case.
Okay, I don't do this anymore. These are past stories.
So, just because you brought up Little Caesars, I feel like I need to point out,
Yeah.
it's at the bottom rung
Yeah.
of like almost any pizza. I mean, like, I don't even consider them like a chain pizza restaurant. Like the big three: Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, right?
Yeah.
Little Caesars is below that.
Yeah.
It's Little Caesars is almost like on track with like, I don't know. I feel like it might even be below some gas station pizza.
Oh, it's definitely below
Yeah.
Casey's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
KT.
Casey. Yeah.
I mean,
Is it still
Casey's,
$5
QT.
for pizza?
I think it's more now.
Yeah, well, you
Probably
can
like
get you can get a $5 pizza, but then they came out with something called, well, first of all, this is a big red flag, the extra most bestest pizza.
yeah, that's not good.
Just spit in my mouth, okay? Like, you guys have pizza? You know, it's the extra most bestest, and that's $6 now. But that's just so that way they can make the original base level pizza even worse. And you're like, well, it's not the extra most bestest. This is just the, and it's all a scheme. I hate Little Caesars. One year we went to my wife's family for Thanksgiving, and like everybody was supposed to bring a dish. Someone brought crazy bread from Little Caesars. And I was like, if you don't want to be here, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, if you hate us, you can just say you hate us. Like,
Is the election? Is this...
yeah, like, are you mad?
Sorry,
Like, I don't-
I told you not to talk about politics.
That should be a thing. Like, everybody brings something to Thanksgiving, and then the person who brings the worst thing gets, like, voted out of the tribe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
love that.
Like, the
That's
tribe
good.
has spoken. Get
Yes.
the fuck out.
That's a wonderful way to break up
Dude,
families.
we
Yes.
can get rid of my
Yes.
co-litter sister.
Oh, Family Survivor.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
man,
would.
that's such a great idea.
Yeah. We voted my dad out years ago.
The problem is that, like,
what do you bring?
Nothing.
Yeah,
That's
there
why.
you go.
yeah,
He was trying to get
Brought
out of
trauma.
it.
Yeah.
he brought trauma.
Brought trauma. That's what he brought. No, he gave us all gut rot once with this Thanksgiving turkey that he stuffed with chorizo, and then he tried to deep fry it, and then
Did
he
he get
burned
it
a
out of the
hole in the
dumpster?
deck. No. We were classy then.
When
It
you
was
say
an
it,
uptick.
I'm having trouble seeing how a chorizo stuffed turkey would be bad, though.
It just gave us all gut rot
well, it would be good if cooked properly.
if cooked properly.
But when she started with gut rot, and then
Yeah.
I was like, from turkey, and then you were like stuffed with chorizo, and I was like, there it is.
It was bad.
My aunt one year cooked a ham without taking it out of the plastic.
Oh, no.
Like got in
Oh.
a fight with my grandma when she tried to blame her. It was crazy. That is,
Oh, that's so funny.
yeah, she's
Not really, but it was
high.
like,
yeah, it was pretty good.
my grandmother used to serve, she used to freeze food, and then she'd serve it. She'd be like, that was pretty good for year-old corn. And like she froze her milk, and then like 2 days before people would come over, she'd put it out. But not like
By
in the
her
fridge.
milk, can we clarify?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm just curious. Before we continue, and I
Just
get
like-
worse and worse grossed out.
As someone who currently has a freezer full of
Meemaw, the
yeah.
kids
Yeah.
are coming over. Bust them out. Let's go.
Oh, my God.
They's growing.
I don't know. I feel like you don't refer to milk like that. Like
Okay, I'm
freeze
sorry.
milk,
All right,
not her milk. I don't know.
She would freeze a gallon of milk
Okay. Yeah.
of a bovine secretion.
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I love this podcast. This started from donuts.
Yeah. That's the whole point. It's just to make a spark. Best store-bought cookie.
I mean, I think it's Oreo, and I don't think it's.
You
that
shook your
close.
head like you're like, I don't approve.
I'm not a store bought cookie person.
Really?
I
Neither
can
am I.
outperform any stout
Yeah,
store-bought
for
cookie.
Yeah.
You throw down.
Give her an oven and a dumpster, and
The
she's
rest-
got chips.
Yeah.
Oven and a dumpster. Yes. I can do it with a grow light. I don't even need an oven.
A grow light.
I can easy
The
bake.
big purple lights that shine out. The cops show up thinking you got an illegal operation going. You're like, what are you growing in there? And she's like, snickerdoodles? Gingerbread man? They're just like slowly rising.
It's
Yeah.
just gonna take a minute.
Let's see.
No, I don't
Yeah, I'm not
store
a
buy a
big-
lot of cookies.
You think you
Neither
could
do I.
take on, well, I mean,
Except for like those butter cookies in the tin, which is probably a really hot take. But there's a nostalgia.
No,
the
with
sewing,
it.
Yeah.
the sewing tin?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sewing tin.
those are actually.
I've never actually had those cookies. Every time,
It's
I think
just-
every
yeah,
single
needles.
time I've ever opened up one of those butter tins, sewing supplies.
It's just because that's another food you need a piston for.
Mm.
I don't have piston money, so I can't make those.
You don't have an
You have to
extractor?
extrude them, yeah.
Extrude them, sorry.
Yeah, you have to extrude them.
I don't know. I don't like Oreos at all. And the first time I ever said that, people were like, "I'm gonna burn your fucking house down."
I was.
But I have to go Chunky Chips Ahoy off of just those. But somebody brought up the other day the old Hillshire Farm cookies. Those aren't bad.
Hillshire or the Pepperidge Farm.
The Pepperidge Farm.
Yeah,
That's what
those are.
Hillshire Farm is sausage. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. My
Yeah.
favorite cookie is sausage.
You guys ever had a sausage chip? It's pretty good. It's
I like Oreos, but like I don't get them ever. I like them in ice cream a lot.
Yeah, I love.
Yeah.
In college, dude, I would blend up some mint Oreos and ice cream. I ate that a lot after workouts.
the only time that I've been like I will take an Oreo is I don't mind like cookies and cream,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
like the Hershey's cookie and cream bar. That's pretty good, and I know it's Oreo in there. I mean, it's not Oreo, but it is,
Yeah.
and I'll eat that. But I've never cared for them at all. These things in the middle, the sugar cookies.
The Loft House cookies.
Yeah, whatever. Is that what they're called?
Loft House cookies, yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
call them Lofties.
You have.
I make dupes of those, yeah. They're like my most famous thing.
You make dupes?
Yeah, I make dupes of them. I make salted caramel latte ones that people love.
I bet
What?
that's good.
Yeah.
Bring
I haven't
that
made
to-
them
What?
I
Stop
haven't made
bringing
them yet.
dumpster donuts.
No, I'm
and-
saving them for
Yeah.
Enzo, and he's in Patagonia.
Oh.
But I'll bring them
Wait,
after.
why are you saving them for him?
Because it was his birthday.
Oh.
And I'm nice. I have to schedule the baked goods. I
Nothing
can't
would
give
make
you
me
guys-
happier than to eat Enzo's birthday
Yeah.
cookies.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm thinking.
That's all I think would be like, how are the mountains, buddy?
Yeah, I gotta work you guys up. I can't give you, the crown jewel too early.
Oh,
What am I
okay.
gonna do?
Okay. Yeah.
I gotta give you the
Salty
crappier.
You
caramel.
gotta keep a little mystery.
I can't give you the non-dumpster items first.
Yes.
I will say the snickerdoodle cookies that you made, which I've never working a weekend at a comedy club is always weird because you never really know what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like you don't actually work for the club.
Yeah.
You're just working at the club for like little increments of time. And so to find out that one of the door guys made snickerdoodle cookies and was
It
like,
kind of pisses me off as another door guy. That's
Yeah, what do you do?
what the
yeah,
fuck?
what are you bringing?
Oh, shit.
shit.
Sorry.
You're good. Yeah, step it up, Luke.
Step it up,
All right.
Luke. I am fighting for class president. You're gonna get in the race.
The funniest thing is that no one's
No one else-
running
yeah, no
against
one-
you.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, it will be mine. It's like, yeah, probably.
I'm like making outfits for people. It's a whole. I don't know. I think it is like crafting.
I don't think there's a single other comedian who's ever made a baked good that doesn't have weed in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally,
Exactly.
normally when you're at a comedy club and somebody is like, "Hey, I made these," you're like, "You eat one first." Like,
Nathan brought chocolates one time. Nathan Fultz. I was like, I'm not eating those.
To be fair, after I started talking to him, everybody thought everything I had weed in it,
Yeah.
and they were like, "You're hanging out with Fultz too much. We can't trust anything you make anymore."
that would be the ultimate. That would just-
Dude, that's like a fear of mine. I've accidentally eaten an edible before and went to
Yeah.
work, and it just ruined my whole day.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they're insane. Most
Couple-
people.
A couple of years ago, I know, it was right around the time my wife got pregnant, and I really don't smoke a lot, but I had a good set at one open mic and Fultz was outside. I was like, yeah, give me that fucking thing. So I got really high, and then I just melted down all evening about, like, you can't do this. Like, you're going to be a father soon.
Uh-huh.
And then, like, after, like, an hour and a half or 2 hours of just freaking out, I was like, I don't think I'm so high anymore. And then Bless the Rains by Toto came on, and I started crying, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm still really high.
That's yeah. I mean, I get it. That song gets me all the time. What's the well? That's a good question. What's the best song to make you cry?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I know. It's called. It's by. I'll fucking look it up.
Let me think.
For the longest time, and I know how stupid this sounds, but for the longest time, mine was "Man of the Hour" by Pearl Jam, because at the end of the movie Big Fish, they play that while the dad is dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like he's running past like all the people he's met in his life, and it's just like a real like slow, somber song, and I'd be like, like it would just like make me tear up every single time. And then the last time I went and watched that movie, I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Ships in the Harbor by Tommy Prine. It's about it's John Prine's son, and it's about like his dad dying, and then one of my friends' dads that I was close with died a while ago, and me and my wife, when we found out, we were both real close with them, and we were just walking through the park with our kids, like listening to that song and crying. It was not a great Sunday afternoon.
This is such an image to see.
We're just like pushing
you
our
and your
kids,
wife
like...
with two identical baby twins and just openly weeping, like not speaking, and people be like, "Oh my gosh, are they okay?" Like,
we were just like drinking cocktails and walking through the park crying. It was
You're
wild.
drinking?
Yeah, we were drinking. Yeah. We got the news like as we were ordering drinks. And
That's funny. You don't strike me as someone who cries a whole lot.
No, that doesn't happen much. Movie scores can make me cry though sometimes, like if it's from like associated with like a really sad scene in a movie. And I do listen to just movie soundtracks a lot when I cook. Like I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Being
like
on
music
a plane,
doesn't make me sad.
Being on a plane will make you cry at movies more too. Like I watched this movie about the Korean War, and I got sat next to this dude. He was probably about your size in the middle row, and I was like squeezed on the side, and then got to the end of the movie, and this one pilot's like sacrificing his life for the other one, and I was like tearing up, and I was like, this guy thinks I'm fucking insane. Yeah. And then I tried to watch the movie at home, and I couldn't even get through it. I'm like, this is a piece of shit movie.
Oh my gosh. I could see you crying for movie scores, but like the Avengers theme.
Okay, to be fair, I cry so often. What's the song? It's been a long time. It plays at the end of Avengers Endgame when Cap goes back with Peggy. I cry every time during that scene. I saw that movie 7 times in theaters too, and I cried every time.
I cried when he picked up Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
In the movie, I was like, "Let's go!" Because I was like,
"That's the most embarrassing time to cry."
No, dude, I was
gay.
I can't help it. I know it's stupid and it's the dumbest thing ever. But I just get like, when I was growing up, America was the good guys, and like that's what they told us. You know what I mean? And it's like we were. Like, so, like, joining the military was, like, supposed to be, like, the good thing to do, and everybody was so proud of you, and then you find out, like, we're not as good as we think we are, and stuff like that.
It's not your fault.
But, like, I know it's not my fault, but I still feel like, I did play for I might have played for the wrong team when history...
We still drone struck.
Yeah, it's like,
it wasn't my fault. It was just orders, but I did do it.
And I'm still, obviously I've got Marine shit everywhere, and I'm still happy that I did it, and I'm proud that I did it, but at the same time, you're also kind of like, man, it wasn't as noble of a cause as we thought it was, and it's like when the first Captain America came out, and he got rejected. Like, he tried to sign up like 6 times, and that happened to me. I signed up 9 times, and I got rejected every time. And then I finally got accepted, and I was like, yes, I did it, I'm worthy, I'm blah, blah, blah. And so, like, in that part of the movie, when he I was like, he's worthy. He's still worthy. It's like, even though he's done some bad things, he's still a good guy. Like that was like my thought process. And then I looked over and everybody was just like, I don't know. It was just a bunch of. I was like, oh man.
It's like I hope somebody's driving him home.
Yeah.
That big guy's gonna kill all of us.
You want to hear something?
Last night, speaking of this big guy's gonna kill all of us.
Oh no.
I might have to cut this out, but
Say names.
no. We were at a particular establishment after we left improv, and it was packed, and there was just and I was just sitting there like just annoyed or whatever, and I woke up this morning and I looked in the notes and I said I would do things in this place that make look like a fender bender.
You whispered that in my ear last night, and then I went outside. Yeah. You actually whispered that in my ear. I was like, I want to see what Ronaldo's doing. I think he's outside.
Just, oh, man.
Guys, Eric's about to blow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't know I told you that. Okay.
No. I say leave it.
Right.
Yeah. Hypothetically, all right, nothing's going to happen. We're all just having a good time. Some
Says
more
this
than
right after he said he was worthy.
Yeah.
I'm still a good guy. I'm worthy.
And then he is back in the village.
Oh, man.
Whoops. Yeah, we might keep that in. I don't know. As long as we don't name names, right? Best hangover cure.
The cause. Liquor.
The cause?
Yeah.
Oh, the cause.
Yeah,
It's the
keep
quickest
going.
I thought that was something.
The cure is the cause,
I was
dude.
like, what's the cause, man? Lay your life down for the cause, man.
Yeah, I thought it was some hipster thing.
Yeah.
No, just keep drinking.
Protesting? Like, I don't know. Chris gets hungover. He wakes up 3 times. He's like, "Free Palestine!" Man, I feel a lot better. No, you don't drink a whole lot, do you?
I don't get hungover either, anyway.
Yeah, it's
I'm
been a
not-
very long time since I've actually woken up and been like, "Oh, this isn't good."
Yeah, I just like. Yeah.
Luke?
Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like the type.
Yeah. The quickest way to get through it is definitely. You're right. It's dead
He's
on.
like, hey, you look
Bang
like
on.
shit.
Yeah. Especially now that I work from home, it's
Oh, yeah.
Well, and identical twins.
Identical.
Yeah.
Baby
It feels-
twins.
you feel like you deserve it when they go. like I earned this. But,
This is-
definitely.
The prisons in hell are locked from the inside.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I love a good breakfast.
Yeah.
When you wake up and you just feel like you're like, I want eggs. I want scrambled. I want like hash browns.
The two
Sausage.
on the right together are
Yeah.
Bloody Mary
Yeah.
with a big breakfast. That's the.
Although, have you ever woken up to a cold Pedialyte though?
It is refreshing.
It is one of God's gifts to humankind.
They make those Gatorade ones now. Have you had 'em?
Knockoff.
I haven't had them.
Yeah. Gross.
Pedialyte's the way to go there. But I'll do Pedialyte, like crush a couple of those before bed. 6 ibuprofen, 2 Pedialytes, breakfast with a Bloody Mary in the morning.
That's so
And then
much.
you start your Wednesday.
Yeah, there
And
you
then
go.
you become a dad.
Ugh. I like body armors. Have you had those? The coconut water.
I've had
fruit
one.
Those
Yeah,
are all right.
my
Those are
kids
good.
were into those. My son went through a phase where he wanted to try every flavor.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't ever pick out like drinks like that. Like when I go into a gas station, I only get bottles of water, but then like I'll get a shitload of snacks, but I just get water. Like I don't drink sodas. I've started drinking more and more energy drinks, but I don't really like them all that much.
I feel like I just have like a drinking strategy so I don't get hungover. Like I'm so dehydrated all the time, and so then I just
Okay.
I just
Strategy does not
drink.
include drinking
You drink water.
You're like the Hulk. You're
Not
like,
really.
that's my secret. I'm always dehydrated.
I asked that because I see that. I have a lot of friends that are like girls who just don't drink water,
No.
like ever,
It's
and I
just-
don't understand how they live.
I like sometimes, yeah, like once a day, sometimes.
Like
Wait.
1 cup of water a day.
Yeah, like 1 big tumbler of water.
That's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
that's
I'm not a
bad.
No, it's
big
not
water
enough. And I
person
drink like
either.
2 liquids a day usually, like just 2 cups of liquid. That's it.
Yeah.
Done. But
Well,
like,
it's
yeah,
hard to
if
find
you-
in a dumpster, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
dumpster liquid. It's tough.
yeah.
But no, the strategy is you're just like really dehydrated, and then you don't eat all day, and then you drink a little bit, and then it makes you drunker faster, and then you just eat and drink a cup of water, and then you're fine.
But
And that's
well, at least you do it like
the
that.
system.
Like, then you drink a cup of water and you're fine. Yeah,
How old
but,
are you though?
26.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna come to a screeching
yeah,
halt.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I give it 3 years, and you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, "Ooh, why
And it
doesn't my
doesn't-
strategy work anymore?"
Yeah, fair
It's
enough.
not a slow build either. It's just one
No.
morning. It's over.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. You just wake
Yeah,
up one morning,
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
"What? I only had 6.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Ow." Yeah. Well, we already. All right. What's the best meal you can cook? Like, if you had to, like, say Gordon Ramsay came in and was like, "You have 3 hours. Make me the best meal you can." What would you do?
Probably either a ribeye or fillet with like
Oh.
shrimp and like a Cajun cream sauce. And I don't know what I would do for the vegetables part, but who cares?
What goes
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
What goes in your Cajun cream sauce, though? I am
like
intrigued. So.
half and half, and whatever kind of nice cheeses that my wife has in the fridge. And then like actually, I guess
I didn't know you were I didn't know you had nice cheese money.
Yeah,
He has
yeah.
plate money.
Yeah.
I even have plate money for Brie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then like actually like I put like a Caribbean jerk seasoning in
Okay.
there.
I didn't know if you were going like the
tasty.
Tony. What is it? Is it Chacheries?
Shasheries.
Shasheries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've always said Chacheries,
No,
but
shasheries.
I've heard it's Tony Charets. I've heard
Shasheries.
Shasheries.
Shasheries, okay.
They say that all the time on Mythical Kitchen, so I know it for sure.
Mythical Kitchen.
Yeah.
What is Mythical Kitchen?
It's a spin-off of Good Mythical Morning. It's like their cooking series.
Okay, well, now
You
I'm
know
just
what-
getting
You have to
more and more.
explain-
You
Yeah.
don't know what Good Mythical
You're
Morning is with
still
Rhett and
digging the hole.
Link?
No,
You don't know Rhett and Link?
no.
Ah, fail.
Man, I'm just getting more. And more
Heresy.
The more you talk, the more I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. all right.
They're like the
you
biggest
saying real
YouTubers in the world. Yeah, they're like some of the biggest YouTubers in the world.
Okay.
They've been doing it for a long time. They're they do comedy,
Oh, so like Mr. Beast kind of.
but better.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shots
fighting
fired.
words.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
Well,
they're
they've never been
not-
on Joe Rogan's podcast.
No.
Yeah, but how do they feel about ivermectin? All right.
Wait, do you watch a lot of those cooking shows, like those crazy ones?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
have you ever watched Epic Mealtime? You know what that
No,
is?
I haven't.
Have you?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Have
Epic
you?
Mealtime.
That's like
That one,
definitely
yeah.
more of our.
When I was in like
You should watch it.
high school, junior high. That was
Uh huh.
No,
It's
I
some.
have,
50-pound candy bars and the burritos that were like the size of like a pizza tray or whatever.
They cook with a lot of alcohol. They
Oh.
try to make like the calorie intake insane. Like they made like
guy-
a Four Loco
Okay.
chili.
Well, the guy
that-
just gets
it's stuff like that.
absolutely trashed,
Uh-huh.
and by the end of the episode, he's like, "This is our 50-pound chocolate bar," like that. He's just hammered.
I'm surprised. I haven't seen that. I've seen a lot of cooking stuff. This is actually embarrassing, but I love the Food Network so much as a kid because cooking is my autism. Like that's part of my autism, the biggest part. But I used to walk home from school 2 miles because if I didn't walk, I would not make it for the Barefoot Contessa, and I had to see the Barefoot Contessa as it came out at 3:30.
The-
The Barefoot Contessa. She's like an Italian chef. Her name's Ina Garten
Okay,
on the
Yeah,
Food
I know
Network.
of her.
Yeah.
I've
used to
never
work
heard
at
of it. I thought the
Kohl's, I think,
bill.
Carolina.
I was thinking. So I'm just assuming you grew up in a small town.
No.
And you like got out of school, you checked the dumpsters on your way,
Yeah.
but then you all meet in the town foot square, take your shoes off, and that's where we have the Barefoot Contessa, you know, and everybody.
To be fair, I used to have a problem with wearing shoes for a long time. And like, so the bottoms of my feet were always black because they were covered in dirt. And so my brother used to say if I had like a Native American name, it would be Blackfoot. It was so bad. it was
You're
a
such a
problem.
dumpster kid. It's
Yeah.
I
so
was
funny.
such a
Just
dumpster
everything
kid.
about you.
You're watching the barefoot princess, going through your ingredients. Like, I don't have anything that she has.
I play dumpster chopped. I'm just like, what did I get
Dumpster
from
chopped.
the dumpster
That's
chopped?
fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That's
that would be a fun
that's
That
show.
would be a fun
TikTok
show.
You should. Is that real? Is that already a thing?
I don't know.
You should do that.
Do I want to be dumpster lady though?
I think you are.
You are. What do you mean? The second this comes out, everyone's gonna know.
Yeah, you're no longer the lady who cooks cookies.
I mean, the thing I keep coming back to is those cookies were delicious. Like,
I can cook the dumpster out of anything.
There you go. You just got to the heart of it.
Okay,
that's the best sentence.
Yeah.
That's the best sentence.
you need to write that down and make that like a sticker or your merch or something.
Yeah, that would be funny.
That would be a good
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah, I'll
cook
write
the
it down.
dumpster out of
Dumpster out of
anything. That's your merch.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
When you get your HGTV cooking show.
I can cook the dumpster out of anything. It's so good.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh, man.
I'm writing it down. I'm never gonna forget that anyway.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget that either.
No, I'm not going to let you forget that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That'll be on your tombstone.
No, I've cooked a lot of dumpster stuff. To be fair, the brownies that I've been giving you guys that you really like, the cocoa powder came from a dumpster, like 5 years ago.
Can't.
Whatever.
People think it expires. Things don't expire.
There's a lot of preservatives in that shit. She's right.
Oh, yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, the
I
cocoa
know
powder,
things.
Mhm.
I know.
I know things about food and ingredients.
I know a thing or two about xanthan gum. All right?
Yeah.
I know how to keep things fresh. If I had to cook, I make mean mashed potatoes. I have a barbecue pork steak recipe that's pretty dope. So I put those two things together, and then I don't know, maybe asparagus, like garlic butter asparagus. But that's about it. So I don't think I would make it very far, as far as like if we were cooking competition. No, I don't think I could. My pork steaks are good, but they're not sirloin, whatever you had, and I don't know. I don't know if I could beat you or not.
Probably not.
It just depends.
I can cook the dumpster out of anything.
Yeah,
She seems
What do you
confident.
mean?
Yeah,
You would
it's
camp
crazy.
out behind Whole Foods for a week and
If
be
you
like,
give me fine dining ingredients,
She'll age the pork chops in the dumpster.
Yeah. That's where she just
He's
waits a
been
week before
brined
she
in a
jumps in.
dumpster. Yeah.
these are dry aged waste management pork chops.
You don't want to drink the dumpster liquid, but you will be able to
That
marinate
is-
stuff in.
I just need a deep freeze that looks like a dumpster,
Mm,
and
yeah.
then all my food I just store in it. That's the move.
Just
That
turn
is
a
the move.
dumpster
That is
into
the
a
move.
freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have space for that.
You could definitely turn a dumpster into like a smoker as well.
Easy.
Like that would be
Yeah.
real easy.
100%.
You could
But-
turn this into a whole chain of restaurants.
Yeah.
I mean, Guy Fieri already has the
Oh,
trash
yeah,
can
the trash can
nachos,
nachos,
right?
Yeah.
True.
But you could have dumpster dump cakes and I don't know.
No, it would be weird.
No? Okay. All right. I
don't
think it's
know.
$1 million
I mean, I'm
idea.
trying to make comedy work. I don't think I should go all in on dumpster food. I mean,
Just down
Do
the road.
both.
You, gotta start
you guys
two
are like, you should. You're bad at jokes.
Yeah, Bree, this is an intervention. It's not working out, but your cookies.
Focus on
You
the
need to
dumpster.
stick to dumpsters.
No, there's no reason you can't do. I mean, find your following. You know what I mean? Find your.
Yeah.
I don't know what. If I knew what I was doing, it's pretty obvious we don't. Skip past that one. Best on-screen TV dad.
On screen? That seems important.
On
in
screen,
this.
yeah. That's very important considering the lineup here.
Yeah. See, big stipulation.
For those
Yeah,
listening,
yeah.
Bill Cosby is on the list.
And my no.
It's not Bill Cosby. It's Dr. Huxtable,
Okay.
a stand-up gentleman.
He does have access to pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, there is that one weird episode with the barbecue sauce, but other than that, it's fine.
I'm going Uncle Phil.
Really, yeah.
I was a big Fresh Prince kid when I was.
Oh
a kid.
yeah, I was a big Fresh Prince kid, Yeah, that was Uncle Phil was who you. When I found out that he did the voice of Shredder in the Ninja Turtle cartoons, it was hard. Like it was like a hard moment.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You didn't?
No.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know about Mufasa?
No.
He's the voice of Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
James Earl Jones.
James, yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, he
Rip.
just
Yeah.
died.
Yeah, R.I.P. to James Avery too. He's also dead.
Yeah.
We skipped over that, but now my favorite Uncle Phil moment is when Will and Carlton go to a pool hall, and a shark like runs the table on them, and they're in debt.
Oh yeah.
And Uncle Phil shows up, and the guy's like, "Hey, you're not leaving till you beat me or pay me my money." And he goes, "Fine." And then he turns to Jeffrey?
Jeffrey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's Jeffrey, fetch Lucille. Like that. And Jeffrey goes out to the car, comes back with a pool cue, and he just runs the table. I always love, dude, Uncle Phil had great moments like that. I've always said that I wanted to be more like Uncle Phil or Phil Dunphy as a dad, but I'm definitely more of Dan Connors and Bernie Mac.
Yeah,
as-
that's the
Yeah.
part of the spectrum that I'm on too.
Part of the dad spectrum.
Yeah.
What about the dad from Everybody Hates Chris? Have you ever watched that show?
Yeah. I've seen a couple. Somebody else suggested it to me, and I watched a couple episodes. And he's just always obsessed with how much money everybody's wasting and stuff. That's, I don't know. I don't know if I'm that bad, just because I'm so bad at numbers.
Yeah.
That's
I just
fair.
get mad. I just get mad when I buy my kids drinks, and then they drink half of it and put it in the fridge, and then never return to it ever again. And you're like,
I would lose my mind.
that's $3.75, whatever. And you're just like, now it's all watered down. And they're like, it doesn't taste good anymore. I'm like, yeah, because you didn't
You
drink it.
You gotta
Yeah.
slam it.
Yeah.
You gotta drink it. Whatever.
I was always a fan of Red Foreman from that 70s show.
Yeah.
He's
Really?
a bad dad,
That's-
but like he reminds me of my
He's not
dad.
a bad dad. Well,
He wasn't a great.
He
was
wasn't
not
a good
great
dad, but he's fun. Like he's fun to watch.
that's my kind of dad. That is my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Like
feel
it's
like
nostalgic.
that's a perfect dad for the 70s, though.
Yeah.
Because he's like a World War II or Korean War vet,
Yeah,
or whatever, and it just doesn't give a damn about anything anymore. And he's like, I had kids because they told me that's what I was supposed to do, and now I'm tired.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Because, like, that's the kind of dad that, like, my parents had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think where they were just like, it was like, we've already fought a war. We're done. We don't want to do this anymore. Okay, that got serious. That's all right. That got weird. You guys were like, okay. Best scent combination.
Like,
Yeah. Explain.
Well, like, if you, like, okay, so say you were going to make your own, like, perfume or cologne or whatever, and you could add, like, they always have, like, 3 fragrances to put together, you know what I mean, to make your own smell.
I know sandalwood would be in it, but I don't know any other scents to say.
What?
You look like you know Sam.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had one guess, I'd be like,
He's a
I bet the
sandalwood
viewers
guy.
at home would be like, that guy smells like
Yeah.
sandalwood. This guy smells like popsicle sticks. So, like, I've always liked, so I would want, like, vanilla, maple, and then I would want something, like, hardcore on the
Cigarette
other side.
smoke.
Well, I was going to say burnt match.
Okay.
Ooh.
Burnt match.
is good.
So, like, yeah, it's 2 sweet things, and then, like, what is that, you know?
Got a lucky strike.
That just reminded me of Alex lighting the match
Yeah,
the
yeah.
other night.
Yeah, oh, gosh.
And Patty walking by.
I almost said the scent of Alex Hayes.
Yeah.
But that's not the scent of Alex Hayes.
Yeah.
That was so funny when he was lighting those matches and Patty walked by and was like, who's lighting all the damn matches like that? And Alex was like, she blamed Sam, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
Yeah, she just.
She goes, stop doing it, and walked away and goes, dumbass.
Sam's like, I don't have the matches, dumbass, and then walked away. He's like, dude, Sam.
Patty is our red.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Nobody else that thinks about scent combinations, I guess.
No.
Vanilla is definitely a good base, but I don't know what else I'd like.
I don't like things that smell like food.
I love
Yeah.
the
Like
smell
a
of
body
food.
scent.
I don't want a birthday cake scented candle.
Yeah.
For
I'm not
one,
into
I
that.
don't like being tricked into thinking there's food. And then
That's fair.
there's a fucking candle.
That is fair. Well, see, I love the smell of pot roast, but I would hate that in a candle.
Oh,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Every time I come home and someone's like in a crock pot, I'm just like, yes.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Pot roast.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's nice. Pumpkin pie,
That's true.
but-
Yeah, why don't they make food scented? That would be funny.
Someone cooking asparagus?
Babe, I just got this new pot roast Yankee candle. It's oh, were they out of baby back rib? Yeah, sorry.
Oh.
I don't know. Well, okay, what's the best way to show you trust somebody?
Don't go through their phone obsessively? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I did it.
I mean, I guess, yeah, if you don't go through their phone, I meant like, if I let you drive my car, and I trust you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not everybody gets to do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I drove your car one time.
Did you? Oh, yeah, wow, yeah. Yeah, that was more of a necessity than, no.
He just trusted you a little bit more than himself.
That was
Yeah, he should have. I'm
Yeah,
completely sober.
He was ahead, and I was like, how far is it?
Yeah, we were in
Hey, Chris,
Waterloo.
you want to take this one for me?
No, that's fair.
I feel like if you give someone money and they like, I'm expecting them, especially if the first time, to either offer me back change or like not take the full amount. If they like the other day I like gave someone money for a beer and I gave them more than what they would need. And I don't necessarily want the change back, but I want them to ask.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, do you respect me enough to
Okay. Yeah, I like
respect
that.
that?
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
For
money's huge with that. I don't give anybody money.
Yeah.
But I don't have money.
Yeah. There's a good
I say-
reason why I don't do it.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta go in the dumpsters.
If you're finding
That's
money in the
why I have
dumpsters, I
cash.
will go with you.
I
to
have
these
found money in
dumpsters.
a dumpster before.
Like a
You'll
lot?
find cash.
$100.
Just
That
a-
is way better than $1,000 worth of protein
Yeah.
powder.
Yeah,
No,
Why
that
would
was-
you say that?
You're
But
about to
that's
ruin Chris's
$900
life.
more.
Of
protein
protein
powder.
powder.
Yeah, but didn't you
But-
say you just ate the protein?
Protein's good. Yeah, protein gains. Like, what?
Yeah.
$100 is dispensable. That's not that exciting.
I'd be.
I don't have a job.
Again, college. We were college kids and we found the Fort Knox of protein, you know?
Okay, all right. This is so strange to me. Like $100 would instantly be the top of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, I
ever.
found $800 in a Yankee Candle once.
Protein
in
powder.
a Yankee Candle.
Yeah, it was in a candle bin. I was digging real deep.
What did it smell like? Pot roast.
Yeah.
Call back.
My mom smells like pot roast.
You're-
She does.
it's just
nonstop?
forever? Just
Yeah.
Huh.
And
Just
cigars.
more often than not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. Cigars are so pungent,
Yeah, you got
but
one.
I don't
Yeah.
hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate it, but everybody else seems to hate it, and it's just that's the most annoying thing about cigars
Yeah.
is that everyone afterwards are like, "Oh, you smell like cigar." It's like, yeah, I do.
I smoked one in my car on my 18th birthday like an idiot, and that was like,
Yeah.
And then never-
I never again. Yeah.
Problem with
Yeah.
cigars is it's you're committing to an hour of just smoking. It's like sitting
Yeah.
and smoking somewhere, and I just don't have the time for it. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes either, but if I were gonna pick one, cigarettes are just
Yeah, cigarettes rule.
yeah. I wish they were not bad. For
No,
me.
see,
God,
I
wish-
disagree
miss
with
cigarettes
that.
so
Yeah.
much.
I don't like cigarettes. I don't. I never got into them. I smoked a couple in the military just for fun, but like I never got into them, and I don't like them because like they're quick, but then once you get addicted, it's like you got to keep doing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like it's so weird to watch people who are like jonesing, and it's pouring rain outside, and they're just like. I think if I go under that ledge, I'd be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you just see them out there cold and like just shivering and just like puffing away. And I'm like, dude,
Yeah, that's not fun.
You gotta find something else, But at least with a cigar, I don't see people like addicted to cigars. You know what I mean?
My mom smoked the little cigars, and she was super addicted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. She'd smoke like 2 packs a day.
Was she a smoke in the house kind of mom?
I think you can tell from all the dumpster.
Yeah, I was about to say,
stories.
I can answer this.
Yeah.
You've heard about the fact that she makes her own teeth.
That's true.
Yeah, she
That's
smokes
true.
in the house.
That's true.
I haven't heard that. What's up?
Oh yeah.
I thought
I'm sorry.
I told you this last night. Yeah, my mom, she's got some bad teeth. It runs in the family. I do also have bad teeth. But she eats a lot of hard bread, and she breaks a lot of teeth. Like, she ate a BLT once, and she broke a tooth, which is a hilarious thing to break a tooth on.
Was it dumpster bread?
Yeah.
No, it was normal bread.
Hmm.
It
Why was
was.
it
We
so
bake
hard?
our own bread.
Why was it so hard?
No, that's the point. Her teeth are so
We
bad.
bake our own bread.
Oh.
That's the point. It's not, yeah. And then the other day she called me and she ate a bagel and she broke 2 teeth on the bagel. And then I was like, so what are you going to do about it? Like, go to the dentist? And she's like, no, I make my own fake teeth now. And so she makes her own fake teeth out of like these plastic beads and she calls them temp tooth. And she molds them into the shape of the tooth gap because she films a podcast. So she has to have like something.
So your
there.
whole family's in entertainment then, huh?
Temp teeth?
Kinda.
She's named them temp teeth?
So I think it's a thing you buy online for like if you had like a hockey thing and you needed a fake tooth for like a small period of time, not like permanent.
Like the press conference after.
Yeah, like it's a thing you can buy on Amazon. It's called temp tooth.
I like it's I like the temp teeth company. They're like, man, sales are doing really well in Canada. Like these are good. Minnesota, Wisconsin, like that. And for some reason, Southern Illinois, there's a lot of housewives buying temp teeth. Like,
Yeah.
It's just for hockey players and domestic abuse victims. Like,
No, she makes them and then she has to stain them because she's addicted to the cigars. Well, she actually quit recently, but she has to stain them to match. So she puts them in tea. And she stains them to like the perfect shade. And she bragged about how good she is at staining them to the right shade of her gnarly teeth, which I thought was hilarious. I was writing it down as I was.
if you
to it.
keep losing teeth, wouldn't it then just be easier to try to clean the ones you have
Yeah.
to match the new temp teeth?
Sounds
You
like
know,
we're way past that.
She's got like some founding father teeth. It's not. You can't reverse
Is it
that.
made out of slaves?
I call
Yeah.
I
They're
call them
horse
her.
teeth.
Slaves of whalebone?
I call them her George Washingtons.
My grandma had a set of dentures, like she needed dentures, and then she was, this was a couple of years ago, she was like, yeah, my hairdresser has like a hookup on dentures. I'm like, no, he doesn't. He should. Like, yeah, she got it from him. They were fucking gigantic. I was like, it looked unsettling.
This
when
was
she
in someone
smiled.
else's mouth.
Yeah.
This was not designed for you.
That's not for your mouth.
That's so.
Yeah.
You find out the hairdresser
Yeah.
is like also moonlights at a funeral home
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh,
Cha-ching.
He works at a crematorium or whatever. He's like,
dude, I didn't even think about trying to go to like a dentist office dumpster. Probably there's some better teeth.
Honestly, when we were talking about dumpsters earlier, well, like the whole time.
The whole time.
But
talking about
when you're
dumpsters.
saying about the Whole Foods dumpsters, do you like go to like different tiers of dumpsters?
Okay, we need to stop talking about the dumpsters. I think it's taking over.
I mean, I don't
What
know
is the
how-
best dumpster?
Okay. the best dumpster.
Thank you. Let's keep it, guys,
Okay.
let's keep the theme going, all right?
Okay. The best dumpster, not for me personally, but for profits, makeup stores.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, you steal, but they put ink packs on a lot of the makeup, and it's very illegal to steal out of them. But you
throwing
have
them
to.
away. What's
It's a
once
whole
it goes
thing.
in the dumpster, it's not your property anymore.
That's what you think.
It belongs to
I
the
don't know,
streets.
but it belongs to the streets.
It belongs to the streets. Well, okay, I would argue that when, like, if I take something and throw it away and take the trash out to the curb, the police can then come along and grab your trash and search through it because it's no longer your property, right?
Yeah.
It belongs
Yeah.
to the streets. It's,
Yeah.
you know what I
Okay.
mean? So, if companies are throwing out makeup,
Yeah.
It is now
Yeah.
public property.
Yeah.
That's really lucrative though because they like expire and they have to throw them out, and so you can like resell all of them.
Yep.
Shoe dumpsters are pretty decent.
Shoe dumps.
Shoe
Yeah.
dumpsters, yeah. Like Payless
Like-
shoes.
Really? I wouldn't
Yeah, yeah.
imagine they throw. I can't.
Everybody throws stuff away.
This is, by the way, if he hears it, this is gonna change Sam Vining's life.
I've already taken Sam to the dumpsters.
Okay.
He knows. He knows.
That's how you know when she trusts
yeah.
somebody. when she brings you to the dumpster.
To be fair, that's actually true. I don't think I've ever brought someone to
You
the dumpster.
can't tell
away.
anybody about this,
Well,
all right?
because like you have to have like a getaway driver, and you have to have a booster, and like there's some trust
Are
involved.
you a reseller?
No, not now. I used to be though.
Are you a couponer?
Oh, I love a coupon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see you being a couponer.
I went
Yeah.
to Hooters the other night after Westport because I had a coupon.
Nice.
Hey, you told us about that. You were like, I'm gonna go to Hooters, and we were like, oh, are they still open? And you were like, well, I'm not going inside. I'm gonna shame eat my car. But we were like, I
Yeah,
also do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had free fries.
Free fries.
Free fries. Free food tastes exponentially better than
Yeah.
not free.
Oh,
food.
yeah.
And that's why dumpster food tastes okay.
I've always said that free is
you
my
like happy? Sorry. Sorry, go on.
Free is my favorite flavor, and it's
Yeah.
like
That's my favorite scent. Yeah.
It really is. I mean, it's not a joke, but because it does taste better.
Yeah.
That's why it's better when your mom makes you a sandwich. Because you didn't have to put the work into it. Even if you made it the exact same way. It tastes better when she does it.
Deep.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, my mom was a terrible cook.
No, my mom's
Oh,
good
my
cook,
mom's
but
good
I
at cooking.
the sandwiches. I'm
You got
more
fancy
like-
cheese now, though.
That's true.
Yeah, this could be a
You
money
have
thing.
fancy cheese.
This
yeah.
could be a money thing.
Do you have a cheese drawer?
Yeah.
Like in your fridge?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
Guys,
And it's not full of shredded cheese, great value
Yeah.
shredded pepper
this is
jack.
confirming a lot of suspicions
That's
in
right.
the local
That's-
community. Too.
we have what, taco blend and shredded pepper jack.
The
I
shaker parm cheese.
think. Yeah, and the green lid.
Yeah.
It just looks like dandruff.
Yeah.
Cheese is the easiest thing to steal, though. I don't know what that says about me, but
See, okay, at
It's-
least
I'm
I'm
just
stealing
picturing
free
him
stuff.
walking out.
well,
with
no,
like a
dude,
wheel.
it's hard. All right, Chicago's expensive,
He's
and I don't try to
rolling it
steal. They
down-
make it easy to
Puts it on his
steal.
car.
He's
drives
rolling
away.
it down the street.
It's all sleeve cheese, dude. That's all you
No, have
need.
you guys,
Sleeve cheese.
It's all sleeve
Sleeve
cheese.
cheese.
Just throw it in.
Yeah.
I love smoked Gouda, but I don't pay for it.
Yeah, I mean that's
Well, it's
a,
kind of criminal what they charge for.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
you steal.
Yeah.
these cheese prices are too damn high. The rest of us are like doing the like string cheese, easy cheese, and like the Velveeta.
Have you guys seen that thing though, where in Switzerland they roll the big cheese wheel down the hill and you
Yes.
chase it?
Yes.
It's in England. B,
Oh, they do in Switzerland too.
well, okay, the one I saw was in England,
That's all I
and it was people like break their arms
Oh
and
yeah,
necks
they
and
hurt
stuff.
themselves.
Yeah, and B, we did that for my dad's 65th birthday. I bought.
No.
Yeah. We bought. So the ones they use in England are like 5-pound wheels of this like really expensive, nice cheese. But we bought him a 15-pound wheel of really cheap cheddar cheese. And we rolled it down a hill. And it was pretty uneventful.
Yeah.
But then what we did was we set up those inflatable Christmas like decorations, and we were rolling the cheese down the hill to try to knock down the Christmas decorations. So kind of like bowling.
Cheese bowling.
Yeah, cheese bowling.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that was actually a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think
That's
that would
some
be a
white
fun-
trash energy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that we
real
should
hard.
do something. We should make an event like that in St. Louis. We should find a hill.
Dude, Art Hill,
Get on it.
Yeah?
Why do I have to plan all the things?
you're the president.
Yeah.
You're the student
you're
body
the-
president.
Because you're the only one who's even kind of serious about it
Yeah.
once we walk out.
Also,
You know the best cheese dumpsters.
Yeah.
BYO cheese.
Yeah. I don't know the hills yet though. I haven't lived here long enough.
Art Hill.
I'm not
Just
good
go to
at-
Art Hill. That's
we
like the
could
big
go.
one.
Yeah, we could go to the hill.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Be a
my
good place to do
tallies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Italians would be into it.
They're too busy to care what we're doing.
No, I don't know.
They get so mad at us that we just started wasting cheese like that, though.
Yeah.
I just imagine a big wheel of cheese just
my
taking
mom
out
would
someone's
lose
like
it.
Corolla, you know?
No, my mom would lose it if somebody rolled a wheel of cheese down a hill. She's Italian.
Oh.
That would be so funny to watch people chase after it, like angrily.
Oh,
No! I want to do that. Maybe we should do something like that. That would be kind of fun, wouldn't it?
I don't think people would do it.
I think you could get comics to do it if we filmed it and put it
Oh,
out.
if we
Yeah.
filmed it, maybe. Okay.
I think we should do that. I think we should get a cheese rolling competition. Like next year during
Do
the
we have
Cardinals
money
game,
for cheese wheels, though?
we
like-
could come up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that fuck.
Luke.
Right.
I'll steal some, but that's all I can do. I can't steal big stuff.
Just steal one wedge at a time.
Yeah,
and
that's
we'll,
what I
we'll,
glue
all
them
we'll
together.
super glue them back together.
Glue them together with the spray cheese.
I like it. I'm
Cheese.
down with that. Okay, we'll do one more, and then we'll get out of here. Let's scroll through some of this bullshit.
Are you still playing Duolingo?
Oh yeah, every day,
was-
every day.
I was trying to learn that. And then
Okay, we'll do this one. What's the best way to kill time in a new place? You're gonna go to like a museum. You're gonna go just walk around a park, go to the zoo, aquarium.
Dumpster.
yeah, you gotta get the local
Yeah.
dumpsters. To
She's
really
like
know
the
what's going
local
on.
landfill.
I do like thrifting in new cities a lot. I thrift a lot.
Have you been to the
Yeah.
Benz?
Yeah.
That's like best of both worlds.
Yeah.
One of the most fun things I've ever done for like killing time and comedy was Nicholas Kuvar and I were doing a show in Southern Illinois, and there was literally nothing to do in the town.
Yeah.
So I took him to a Goodwill, and I would just hand him things and be like, "What is this?" Like that,
That is so
All right.
funny.
Such a
because
fun
he's
game.
he's blind.
Get
so
a
he
blind
just
guy.
have to, like,
That is
be
so
like,
funny.
It's a
That's so-
giraffe with a umbrella, and I'd be like, "Actually, it's a zebra and it's a dildo." So, just want you to be like, "Ah."
Oh, that's great.
That was a fun way to kill time.
If you get a blind guy with you, yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
dude, pranking a blind guy is
Yeah.
so fun.
Here's
Oh, it's the
we're
best.
different. If you're traveling, bring a disabled person.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
It's definitely more interesting.
Huh.
Plus, you get the board first. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like logistically, it just
Best
makes sense to keep them
parking.
around.
Yeah.
I do it to cut down on travel time, honestly.
I flew into Pittsburgh to play some shows at some colleges in Pennsylvania. There were so many people in wheelchairs, not like they didn't live in wheelchairs. Just old, like I couldn't believe. I think
Live in
13
wheelchairs.
people got off of our plane from St. Louis
Yeah.
to Pittsburgh in wheelchairs. It was unreal. It was like enough that I obviously noticed and then talked about it on here, which was not entertaining, but it
No,
fucking
I
stuck
get
with
it.
me.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
I
like,
get it.
It's like that question of like how many owls do you have to see to be concerned? It's like how many people in wheelchairs do you
Yeah,
have
it's
to
like, what
see
the-
to be
oh.
concerned? Have you heard that?
it's another stupid one, but I was in a small town at a balloon festival where my wife's family is from. The amount of amputees in this town these weren't wartime
I get
amputations.
this.
Like,
These are like diabetic.
yeah, I'm like,
amputees.
holy
okay, all right.
shit.
Okay.
Like, there are like 6 one-legged people in this town of
Oh
800
yeah, I
people.
get that 100%.
Yeah.
That is a little concerning.
Yeah.
The
that's
owl
weird.
thing, I wasn't tracking on the owl
Have you
thing.
never heard that?
No.
There's this thing on the internet that went viral a while ago about like how many owls would you have to see in one day to be concerned? And it's like a thing, and like most people are like, if I saw 4 owls, I would think things are going down.
4 owls.
Yeah, like how often do you see an owl?
Dude, here in St. If I'd see 2, I'd be like, what the fuck is happening?
See, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I've never thought about it.
No,
Like,
this is a thing. It's like
I've
yeah.
only ever seen
It's a
owls
podcast
in
thing.
one. Like I've never seen 2 owls together.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
and it's not necessarily together. It's like how many subsequent owls
Oh.
It's not like a flock of owls. They
If
don't
you're in
flock.
a city, yeah.
If I saw a flock of owls, if I saw 3 owls
Yeah,
flying
no.
together,
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
like, we
crazy.
need to go that way.
20 owls
Yeah,
flying
But-
south, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But if I
No.
saw
No, it's like you see one owl, 20 minutes
One-
later you see another one.
and then another one, oh
Yeah.
man, I don't know. Maybe like 5. Because at 4, I'd be like, man, that's weird.
You got a high owl
That's cool.
tolerance.
Yeah. I don't see owls as delivering bad omens. You know what I mean? If I saw an owl, I'd be like, oh, cool, an owl. You know, and then I'd be like, I'd still be pretty excited by like the
It's-
second or third owl.
It's funny that 3 owls will be like, you'll be like, something's wrong, but you can see like 80 homeless people and like, everything's fine.
Yeah. High homeless tolerance, low owl tolerance.
Yeah, well, owls don't ask me for money every day.
Yeah. Owls can carry a message. For me,
exactly.
you know? Like,
If owls started begging for things, I'd be like, God, there's a lot of owls.
Fucking annoying. Get a job, owl.
Jeez, these owls really need to get their shit together.
go back to the Hooters.
That's true. I don't know. Is there any other animal that you would get nervous about?
I get nervous about a lot of animals.
Yeah, because you have to fight them in the dumpster.
I was about to say, what's the scariest animal you've had to fight off?
Probably 3 raccoons at
Yeah.
once. What?
No, I'm really scared of animals, so I haven't had to do much because my family has a long history of getting bit by animals. It's like a curse.
Well,
we
you spend
have.
that much time in the dumpsters, yeah.
Well,
it's
no,
gonna
these were
happen.
not dumpster incidents. These were IRL.
Well, they were
incidents.
on your territory.
My
right?
brother got
Ooh.
bit by a potbelly pig and dragged in the pen. My sister got bit by a horse and a goose. My sister Amy got bit in the face by a German Shepherd and had to wear an eye patch for an entire year in school. My dad got bit by I think a turtle or something.
I got bit on the junk by a dog when I was a kid.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
That's a rough
scar.
one.
Yeah.
No.
It's a chow.
Yeah, I don't mess
Damn.
with animals like that. I'm scared of
me.
mice. Like
Hmm.
that's part of why I didn't make it in science, is I can't do mice.
Even though your
Think
whole
that's
job
why.
was to kill them all
Yeah,
day.
they're already
Yeah.
dead.
No, you have to kill it. It sucks. You have
What?
to- you get a pencil and you snap its neck. Or you put it in a CO2 chamber and
A
you gas
pencil?
it out.
And something?
Yeah, you take a pencil and you put it
Where
between
the
your
fuck you go
fingers.
to
and
school?
What college did you go to?
Yeah.
Nazarene College.
I thought you were just saying like.
Oh.
No, this is normal. Like,
No, it's-
yeah, in labs, for sure.
We had to dissect pigs. We didn't have to kill them. We did break all their bones, though. Because we're just
wait,
dumb.
hold on,
We're
Ooh.
hold on, Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this, but
oh, no.
they
I
did
know.
not survive.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Craziest thing we ever had to do. I dissected a human
Shout out, Nathan.
cadaver. And
Sorry.
no, we had to dissect human cadavers in my program.
Nice.
And we knocked the eyeballs out with like a pick and a hammer. And they pop and they fly through the room. And someone has to go catch it.
Yeah, that's weird.
I like your teacher at the front. Like, you guys ready? And you're all like, yeah.
Yeah. And there was always
Their
like
wedding.
And it just fly. Oh, I got it.
there was always like 2 kids that were way too eager, and you're like, those are the ones to watch out for. Those are the ones
Yeah.
that are beyond.
All of them.
They've done it before.
Every kid in that class.
Yeah.
They'd also cut the penis in half, and like guys would always pass out when that happened. It was-
I probably would.
Yeah, it was tough for them. They didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm becoming anti-science pretty quick.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
you
was
didn't know that
weird.
about the mice though. Like the number one use for mice is like they breed like billions and billions of them just for labs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I knew
So
that. I
they,
didn't know
like,
they killed them with
kill
a pencil. I thought
I
they.
know they made
Well,
kids
no,
kill
no.
them.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's just like when you're.
Here's a
you
hammer.
know, here's a hammer and a bucket.
Okay. Suggestion for you. I think Nathan and her need to be on the podcast together.
We talk a lot. Yeah.
There's so many fun like to watch like your lives cross and be like, oh yeah, I know about that.
I do like to talk to him because it makes me feel better about myself sometimes.
That's me and Sam. Yeah, it's like
Yeah, same
Yeah.
thing with Sam.
yeah.
Oh man, yeah.
No. No. Normally we do kill the mice humanely. But like when I went to a smaller school, yeah.
Sometimes you have a
She's
bad
like, but every
day.
now and then they let me have fun.
Well, we had I had this.
They come in, there's a mouse on a cross.
Yeah.
Like, Bree, what are you doing? Nothing. Fulfilling the prophecy.
What do you think a cross would look like if Jesus was a mouse?
yeah.
No, we also had a professor who like studied hearts in Japan, and so he would take a mouse and you had to kill it really, really quick, and you had to rip its heart out before it stopped beating, and then you hooked it up to pumps, and then he would like put stuff on it to show you what it does to your heart, like cocaine and like caffeine and like all these different drugs, and you would watch the heart like change its beat.
Wait.
How much student loan debt are you in on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I found it in a dumpster. No, I was smart and stuff, so I got scholarships. But also, I went to a low-tier scientific
I
school.
like how you
Yeah.
also, she was
Yeah.
on the front like lines of researching cancer and then quit to do stand-up comedy.
I discovered a new cell, and then I was like, yeah, I kind of did the thing. I'm done now.
You discovered a new cell?
Yeah.
But like a new, like...
I can't, it's not published yet, but yeah, I discovered a new cell.
Dang,
And
China's gonna kill her.
And Hodgkin's lymphoma, yeah, which is what I used to research primarily. But yeah, I found these cells that metastasize and make it go in your bone marrow.
Interesting.
Found in dumpsters.
Wait, you
Yeah,
found it?
yeah.
Wait, okay.
So we used to, why are
So,
we?
wait, did you find a way for cancer to get into bones faster? Or
No.
Yeah, that was her
No.
job.
I was like,
Yeah, she made cancer
helped
stronger.
That made it way worse.
This whole time I thought you were on our side, but you were actually on Team Cancer?
Natural selection.
Yeah, you were like, we got to get rid of some of these.
No, the research we did was we were searching for circulating tumor cells in the blood of cancer patients. So some cancers don't actually travel through the blood like that, but those cells are important because that's how cancer metastasizes. So we would study them to like come up with better treatments because it's what is the most aggressive part of the cancer essentially. But in Hodgkin's lymphoma, they didn't believe the cells circulated, but the cancer would spread. So like it has to circulate somehow. But I ended up creating an assay where we could take the blood of a Hodgkin's lymphoma patient, and then we found that the cells circulated. Yeah.
Well, okay.
And she will bake you cookies that she got out of the dumpster.
Yeah. Man, you
Baking
are...
is just science you can eat.
That's.
I don't even.
She's not wrong.
all
She's
right.
actually not
Yeah.
wrong at all.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Every day I get a new piece of the Brie puzzle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
You
should write that one down, too.
Okay.
I have too many premises in my phone already.
Yeah.
No, that's the
That's
good,
merch, dude.
Good.
Just sell
That's
it.
the
Put
good
that on a
part, yeah.
koozie and make some money.
Yeah.
Oh, that's on things.
Baking
Yeah.
is just science you can eat. That's
Yeah.
so good. All right. Well, one more time, give out your socials and any shows you want to promote.
At Luke Dierker on Instagram. At
Spell your last name.
Dierker. Yeah.
There you go.
Little tricky. I post there sometimes. And yeah, I also am in a band with my wife when we're not taking care of our twins.
And crying in the park.
Yeah. And that's of Sea and Stone Music if you want to check that out on Spotify and all that stuff too. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, at Brie Munnich Comedy, and it's BRIMUNNICH comedy. If you don't know how to spell that, sorry,
She can't help you.
too hard. I
Yeah.
only know my own name.
Give up. Yeah.
No, and then I post about the shows I have coming up, so you can just look there.
Yeah. South Apotheosis, December 6th or whatever.
7th, and then Jack's Showcase on the 13th.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
At Tophology on Instagram. Big announcement in January. And if you have Chicago listeners, I am starting a showcase at my building at the Always Always Cafe in the next couple weeks. So
Ooh.
look out for that.
Ooh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, last thing I ask everybody before we leave is what is the best way to fix this podcast? Questions, comments, concerns on how to make it any better?
Could you get more people to talk about dumpsters?
Yeah, that was great.
Man,
More
this is a
dumpster
dumpster-centered
time.
episode.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You never
This
thought
is-
that's what
This
was
is
going to come
why
out
I
today.
don't let people record me talking.
It's okay. It's just going on the internet.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I've said worse on the internet.
Yeah, they're gonna throw out all your Hodgkin's lymphoma research.
Look at this fucking girl.
much you even get into the lab.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: we found a cure, but the
It was-
person who found it.
I'm gonna let you listen to this podcast first
Yeah.
before you try it.
I'm resourceful, okay? It's a good quality in science.
That's so funny. Now I kind of understand. Like, you know how they like got rid of Asperger's, like the name Asperger's, because they're like, well, he found this, but he also did some bad stuff. It's like with non-Hodgkin's Munich cancer.
Yeah.
Like,
Jesus Christ.
The Munich cell, yeah, they're gonna have to think of something else.
I like
Well,
the Munich
no,
cell.
they-
That's a
so
good,
they
that's a
like-
good-
Munich
No.
Brie cell.
the Brie cell's good too.
It's not going to get named after me. I was the lowest grunt on the totem pole in the lab. Part of why I quit, but yeah.
But still ahead of someone else we know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. Thanks to everybody for watching. We'll see you next week.